Bug spray, cleaning products, hand sanitizer, perfume, mouthwash, liquid hand soap, body spray, and hairspray. These are the types of products parents baby-proof and lock up in cabinets like this to keep young children safe. Well, we had to do the exact thing today to keep my guests safe and away from items just like this. Erica is an admitted alcoholic who says when she can't find liquor, she'll go into bathrooms and kitchens looking for anything, and I mean anything, to get her high.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, identical twins, a deadly addiction.
Brittany is sober now, and Erica...
I'll drink anything that has alcohol in it. Hairspray, mouthwash, mosquito spray.
You're gonna sit there and say I'm addicted to kratom when you haven't even seen me in a whole year? Oh, because you're so concerned.
Are you, in fact, jealous of your sister?
I'm not jealous at all. I'm envious. It's the same thing. It's a synonym for the word jealousy. Just admit it.
This girl's gonna die. Today's gonna be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Brittany says her identical twin, Erica, she just says they were once inseparable. They even shared a severe alcohol addiction. But Brittany is sober now, and Erica has continued drinking, and frankly is lucky to be alive. After 30 hospitalizations and 14 comas following alcohol binges and drinking cleaning supplies. Now, Erica's mother, Tawny, says her daughter is playing a game of Russian roulette, and pretty soon there will be a bullet in the chamber. Take a look.
My sister is in complete denial of her addiction.
It's easy. You don't see that? Oh my God.
Her drinking is not limited to alcohol.
Erica drinks pretty much whatever she can get a hold of. I've seen her drink hand sanitizer.
Oh my gosh, she had like 6 total bottles.
Vanilla extract, mouthwash, hairspray.
She does enemas. Also, she drinks bug spray.
I would say 70% of the time she ends up at the hospital.
Erica has been in 14 comas, over 30 hospital stays.
One time we were shopping and I found Erica drinking hand sanitizer in the middle of the aisle, and I literally had to carry her out of the store. Erica is constantly putting herself in danger because of her addiction. One time, Erica fell asleep at the wheel while taking Ambien, and she was found crashed into a pole. She gets into cars with strange men. She stays at seedy motels and hostels. She has even been homeless.
There have been holidays where she calls and tells me she just ate pizza from a dumpster.
I feel like right now.
It is like watching a slow suicide.
Erica, what's going on? Were you having a nightmare? Yeah. What was it about? I was about to go.
Well, it is a suicide, but I just don't know that it's all that slow. Erica was living with her mom until 3 weeks ago when Tawny kicked her out, leaving Erica homeless and eventually committed to a psychiatric unit.
When I found Erica drinking alcohol, I told her she had to either stop drinking or leave my house. And she left at 2 a.m. that night. For 2 days, Erica lived in my neighborhood. She slept under the picnic bench, in the pavilion, and even in the woods. I had the county Baker Act her, and it was really the last straw.
I was Baker acted by a police officer. He looked at me and was like, "You need help?" And I said, and then he took me in handcuffs. That time, I stayed 6 days in the psych ward.
She took a train to New Jersey, 20 minutes away from Brittany.
She was staying at a motel 10 minutes from my house. I called for a wellness check because I was worried. The motel room was a disaster.
Oh my God, this is so gross.
Food everywhere.
Ew, what is that? Yes. She puked.
There was a pile of vomit on the floor, 4 empty bottles of hand sanitizer. I don't understand how my sister continues to live like this. It's so horrifying.
I ignored all of Erica's phone calls while she was in the hospital. She needed to know I was over her antics. I was told by her nurse that within 24 hours of being at the hospital, Erica was caught drinking hand soap.
I got sent to the emergency room for drinking hand sanitizer, and then once I was in the emergency room, I was drinking more hand sanitizer.
They had to sedate her, and she was put into a 4-point restraint. I am tired of being a doormat.
Where are you coming from? The psychiatric hospital, 10 days. I'm headed to LA to Dr. Phil, so can't wait to meet him and just be completely honest and open with him.
Well, Tawny, Brittany, I'm glad to meet you. Sorry for the circumstance. This is the kind of conversation that we're going to look back on a year from now as either the last serious conversation you had before you buried your daughter, your sister, or a turning point, one of the two. There's no middle ground here, right?
Right.
And how upset are you right now with your sister coming to New Jersey, and why?
I'm just like extremely upset. I haven't seen or really talked to her for an entire year. And in this time, I feel like I've gained so much in my life. Like, I hit 1 year sober, I hear nothing. 2 years sober, hear nothing. And then all of a sudden, she's just up in New York, just coming to see me.
Drunk.
Yeah, drunk in a motel room 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah, and let's take a look at this motel room. This is where she was staying, which reflects what she was doing.
Exactly.
So, in other words, she has no concern about respecting your sobriety or triggering you to get back into her world, right?
No, none at all. Like, I had a gut feeling that she was gonna not stay in treatment and do exactly what she did.
She was planning, because we found a writing, thanks to you, leave 7 days, give it a week, and then go to the cheapest local hotel to find a place to go to the lobby, get pickup.
Makes my blood boil.
Yeah.
I don't know who she was gonna get a pickup from, because it wasn't me.
Yeah, no, hell no. It wasn't you. So she's run through your retirement. She's run through every penny you've got, right? You probably think you're going to get a good talking to about enabling while you're here. We're way past that. This girl's going to die. I tell you what, I'm absolutely astounded she's not dead. In the hospital 30 times, been in a coma over a dozen times. What's this do to her brain? We have no idea how much brain damage we're dealing with here. This is looking at what she drinks. Vodka, hard seltzer, hand sanitizer, cleaning supplies, vanilla extracts, enemas, bug spray, liquid hand soap, liquid conditioner, hairspray, perfume, mouthwash, body spray, anything that has any kind of alcohol in it.
I'm an alcoholic too, so I get like the desperation for alcohol, but I don't get that list. I would never drink cleaning supplies. I've never been on that level of desperate. And that's what scares me, is that she doesn't care enough about her body or even living that, like, she would restrict herself from drinking poison.
She's ordered a powder from Russia that is not licensed. It's not, it says clearly this is not for human consumption. So that excited her. I mean, that was like, wow, this must be really powerful. So she takes that. Now she's been homeless 4 or 5 times, and she's just going to have to stay that way as far as you're concerned, because you're not letting her come back home, right?
No.
Because we're going to make some hard decisions today, and we're going to deal with some hard truths that the two of you are going to have to embrace. Now, after spending 10 days in a psychiatric unit, Erica was discharged, traveled to Los Angeles with 2 sober escorts, and is here. Now, her mother and sister have not spoken to her since she's been in the hospital, but we're going to all talk to her after the break. It's time to get real, and you're going to be very surprised at what I have to say about this situation. very, very surprised. We'll be right back.
I will drink whatever I can get a hold of. I'll drink perfume, vanilla extract, body spray, mosquito spray. There is no limit to how much I'll drink. I'll just keep going until I pass out or end up in the ICU.
And later, what do you think about what you're hearing here?
I get that I could die, but like, how do you just start caring? Like, I don't care enough.
It's been just 6 days since Erica was discharged from a psychiatric hold after being found in a hotel room incoherent after drinking bottles of hand sanitizer. Now, Erica says when it comes to her addiction, she will drink anything with alcohol, anything that will give her a buzz.
I'll drink anything that I can that has alcohol in it. I will drink whatever I can get a hold of. Hairspray, mouthwash, hand sanitizer.
Oh my gosh.
Anything toxic, just to change the way I feel. I'll drink perfume, vanilla extract, body spray, mosquito spray. I've looked at every bottle to see what the ingredients are, and if it has alcohol in it, I would drink it. I've gone into the Dollar Tree and drank the mouthwash. I've gone into Home Depot and drank the hand sanitizer. There is no limit to how much I'll drink. I'll just keep going until I pass out or end up in the ICU. I'll do whatever I can to get buzzed and stay buzzed. Once I black out, I have no idea what happens to me. Sometimes I have to collect receipts to figure out where I've been.
Hand sanitizer.
I've woken up in the ICU over 10 times with a breathing tube down my throat, not even remembering how I got there.
Look, she bought 4 total. This is another receipt.
Oh my gosh, she has like 6 total bottles.
I've OD'd more times than anybody should. I've been in this psychiatric hospital over 20 times. My highest blood alcohol level I've ever had was 0.512, and that is like nearly death. I don't like myself when I'm doing it, but I don't like myself when I'm sober either.
Trying to sober up.
You said not yesterday that you were going to sober up, and you drank again. Like,
I'm trying to sober up right now.
I put myself in positions where I'm really compromised. I've driven under the influence many, many times. If you Google my name, all my mugshots come up. I'm tired of living in this cycle, and I just can't seem to find a way out. Once I start drinking, it's all or nothing. Like, I can't quit.
Okay, Tawny hasn't spoken to her daughter since her recent hospital admittance, and Brittany hasn't seen Erica in a year. So, Erica, please come on out and join us. Well, Erica, how are you feeling?
I'm like really happy to be here. I'm feeling scared.
Yeah? What are you scared about?
Just like facing the reality. Like I was watching that backstage and just like looking at my reality.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes, I always wanted a Dr. Phil napkin.
Yeah, well, there you go. So when you look at yourself in a hospital bed with a tube coming out of your mouth.
If someone else were to do that to themselves, I would be like really sad. But like, it's like, why do I do that to myself? And like not even care. Like I would never want someone to drink hand sanitizer. Like I'd be scared for them.
So we can talk about why at some other time. We can sit around and pontificate about your childhood. But right now, you're killing yourself, and you apparently have gone so far that you could give less about the impact on other people in your life, your mother, your sister. You're willing to go and compromise her sobriety and drag her down into the gutter with you. There's no boundary, right?
No, it's like selfish. And
Oh, yeah. So why are you here?
because I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing
Oh, come on. You've been to treatment 17 times.
like 30 times.
You've been to 13 for eating disorder and 17 for alcohol. So you've been to 30 treatment centers. You're 0 for 30.
Like it's just so many people like love me and like got me here and care about me and like if I can't care about myself, like I literally stayed sober for the past 16 days just because like I didn't want to do like the easy thing for once. I wanted to do like the harder thing, and it was hard, but like I wouldn't be like here right now if I didn't want like help.
I feel like the hard thing was to stay in that treatment center that you didn't like back in New York, but you checked out after 24 hours.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you're kind of like singing a different tune.
You're right.
Well, you say your highest blood alcohol level is 0.512. You know, they arrest you at 0.08 if you're driving. At 0.3, you're in a medical emergency zone. At 0.3, tremors, memory loss, possible death. 0.35, possible death has gone up 50%. 0.4, difficulty breathing. Your heart slows down because it's shutting down the respiratory centers in your brain. And at 0.5, death is highly probable. And you've been 0.512. Erica says being in a coma for 2 weeks after overdosing on an experimental powder she purchased online was not enough to scare her straight. We'll talk about that after the break.
When I'm in the hospital, I'm not even thinking about the overdose.
Erica's been on a ventilator every time she's been in a coma.
2 times she came out of her coma, she was in a psychosis. I had to come to terms with the fact that I could have a mentally disabled sister for the rest of my life.
And later, you went into someone's house and robbed the house.
Yeah. I should be in jail right now.
Yes, you should.
I've never told like anybody else that.
I have honestly tried nearly every drug. The drugs that I have tried are kratom, kava, heroin, crack, molly, cocaine, Xanax, Ativan, lorazepam, Klonopin, Adderall, Valium. I've tried everything. Sometimes I just want my brain to just stop. It's definitely all or nothing. Like I either go big or go home.
Well, Erica says although she's an alcoholic, there is nothing she won't try to get high. Erica's willingness to ingest just about anything with a warning label has left her fighting for her life in comas over a dozen times.
When I'm in the hospital, I'm not even thinking about the overdose or like what could possibly happen if I never wake up, or the fact that I'm hurting my family or putting myself in danger.
I prefer to find her when she's completely passed out, because then we can just shovel her into the car and take her to the hospital without her putting up a fight. Every time we try to take her, she screams. She's even jumped out of the car.
Erica's been on a ventilator every time she's been in a coma. Most recently, she had ordered anti-anxiety drug from Russia, and it put her in a coma for over 2 weeks. The doctors had to call European Poison Control. They needed to figure out the substance because they didn't know what it was.
When the bag arrived, it said on it, not for human consumption, and that's how I knew it would work. The dosage on it was 1/4 a teaspoon, but I was literally taking tablespoons of it, not measuring it. It's like 4 times stronger than Xanax, and I've OD'd on it at least 4 times and woke up in the ICU. 2 times she came out of her coma, she was in a psychosis. She looked mentally disabled. She couldn't feed herself. She couldn't urinate by herself. She had no idea where she was. I was so terrified for her, I didn't think that she was ever gonna come back. I had to come to terms with the fact that I could have a mentally disabled sister for the rest of my life.
I have easily spent over $100,000 with all of this, and I have used my retirement, and I would do it again.
All for what?
Just so I don't have to deal with reality. Just to shut my brain down for like 5 seconds. Because I don't want to be a responsible 31-year-old adult. I need a babysitter 24/7.
And you think not for human consumption is a good thing?
In my, like when I'm like in it, yeah.
Well, joining us remotely is someone I want you to hear from. It's Dr. Joel Kahn. Dr. Kahn is a cardiologist and also serves as a clinical professor of cardiology at Wayne State University School of Medicine. He is also the founder of the Kahn Center for Cardiac Longevity. He knows very well the medical dangers of what Erica is ingesting. Dr. Kahn, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Let's talk about this stuff she's consuming. Hand sanitizer, they make this with 3 different kinds of alcohol, correct?
Absolutely true. They take grain alcohol that you might buy at a liquor store, but by law they have to modify it to call denatured alcohol. They make it bitter and toxic on purpose so that it's not for human consumption. Will make you inebriated, it's true, but will make you vomit and can put you into a coma with bleeding ulcers in your stomach. And that's clearly labeled isopropyl alcohol. There is also the fact that they can actually take grain alcohol and make it into ethyl alcohol. That's the scary one. It starts as booze, but they have to, again, denature it. So by law, it isn't qualified as alcohol. Same thing, it can put you into coma. But the big risk for Erica, the reason we have to figure out, and you, I know, can help her, Dr. Phil, is what's the brain disease she had, is that these are often laced with methanol. That's the third alcohol. Methanol is just playing with lethal fire, and it's basically Russian roulette. When you pick up a box of hand sanitizer, you have no idea, because of quality issues, whether they're made in the United States or out of the country, that may be 80% methanol. Methanol is called wood alcohol, and it can immediately cause blindness, brain disease, and death. And there, in fact, unfortunately, are dozens of deaths in the United States from ingesting methanol. And you simply don't know. It won't smell different, won't taste different, but your eyes will be permanently blinded if you survive. It's remarkable that Erica hasn't suffered methanol toxicity and perhaps lethal methanol toxicity. But the next hand sanitizer, the next soap, the next product she ingests that's not for human consumption may indeed, sadly, be the last one she has.
Yeah, and for example, there are 75 of those that the FDA has on a list that have methanol in them, right? So it's not like this is just like one that you might find. There are 75 of these that are out there floating around.
Literally, she's taken that gun and pulled it and pulled it and pulled it. But the next time, if there is a next time, and I pray there isn't, may be the last time for sure.
What do you think about what you're hearing here? Do you
Like
get the gravity?
I get that I could die, but like, how do you just start caring? Like, I don't care now. Like about myself, and like it bothers me when other people care so much.
Brittany says it's hard to be there for her sister because she believes that Erica doesn't care and is actually jealous of her sobriety and success. We'll be right back.
My mom is Erica's protector. She always makes excuses for her.
I've mostly been using Kratom the whole time I was at my mom's house. I've always been on something.
My mom knew exactly what was going on because she would snoop around.
There are times that I don't want to face the truth.
I think Erica feels threatened that I have started my healing process and moved on from addiction, and she is still in it. I can hear it in her voice that she's just not happy for me.
From Brittany's Instagram and her Facebook, she comes off as like having no problems and perfect. I fear that she might still be addicted to Kratom. I hope she's not. Is she really happy?
It's definitely a competition over who is happier and who is doing better.
To make myself feel better, to kind of like hope that she's not doing well, just so like I don't look as bad. And then I compare it to my life and I'm just like, why am I the up twin?
Well, from drinking cleaning fluids and bug spray to falling into over a dozen ICU comas, Erica admits unless something drastic happens, there's just no slowing her down. And you're saying, so everybody else seems to care about me. How do I care? Well, I'll add one more question to that. Why should I care? I mean, seriously, I got 10,000 people that want in that chair, 10,000 people that want help.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have said all that stuff on like national television if I didn't like want to get better. Part of me was like, I don't deserve to get like chosen for this. Like, don't deserve to get chosen for this show. Even though like I do want to help, I don't have an answer because I don't have any evidence that I've followed any suggestions in the past. Like I have no credibility. All I know is that I do want to get better, even if I don't believe I can. Like too many people have gone out of their way to get me here, and I don't.
Are you in fact jealous of your sister?
I'm not. I'm not jealous at all. I'm like envious of anybody who has any form of self-confidence.
It's the same thing.
I'm not jealous at all. Like, I just want you to be happy. I would rather you be happy.
It's a synonym for the word jealousy. Just admit it.
I'm really not jealous
You're
of
gonna
you.
congratulate me on my 1 year or my 2 years, and then you're gonna sit here and say that I'm addicted to
Facebook.
kratom?
Like, I don't use Facebook.
Maybe if you point out things that you think I'm doing, even though you haven't seen me in a year, maybe it'll make yourself look better. Like, what is that?
I can't make myself look
Why would you even throw that out there? You know, like, how much my sobriety means to me. I wrote a book about it, and then you're gonna sit there and say I'm addicted to kratom when you haven't even seen me in a whole year? Oh, because you're so concerned.
I just said that as a way to, like, make myself feel better.
I'm glad that you, like, could admit that. That's, like, the fact that you're sitting there saying that, like, makes me feel like...
I'm, like, so on the floor right now. Like, when I see anybody else with a struggle, like... It just makes me feel like less alone. Like
I know.
Because like I look at your Facebook and your Instagram, and it's just like I compare your outsides to my insides, and it's just like.
If we could unscrew the top of your head and look in at your brain,
You'd put the top right back on.
It would look like chaos. Erica says none of the treatment facilities she has been to have worked. But Brittany says it's not the facilities that are the issue, it's her sister. There is a common denominator. We'll talk about that after the break.
Erica said she's working on her program and attending meetings every day.
People tell me all the time how worried they are for me. Just leave me alone.
I don't think it's the treatment not working. I think it's her. We were studying abroad in Italy for 1 month and ended up partying with the Jersey Shore cast.
Oh, I see that. Twinning.
Are you really? How old are you?
We were wasted the entire time and acted so crazy. People on social media were so nasty.
The criticism from the Jersey Shore show hit me harder than I feel like it hit my sister.
It was easier for me to brush off the death threats and rude comments than it was for Erica.
People were judging me based on a couple choices that I made while I was intoxicated. I really fell into my eating disorder. I was not equipped to like handle it.
Erica says footage of her and her sister partying with the Jersey Shore cast turned out to be another example of bad alcohol decision-making. Erica says when it comes to treatment, she works the programs to the best of her ability, but is that really true?
A lot of different treatment centers wouldn't allow vaping. I would go a couple days and I would just like want to vape so bad that I would just leave the treatment center.
It's like security for me. Like I have it around my wrist right now. It's just like comforting to have it.
Erica uses all of the treatment lingo and knows exactly what to say to get out of there. She even does it to my mom. She said she's working on her program and attending meetings every day. It's just to ensure that she doesn't get kicked out. She puts 2% in and expects a miracle. Erica thinks that she only needs treatment if she's on a 2-week alcohol bender.
People tell me all the time how worried they are for me, and that just annoys me, period. Just leave me alone.
While in treatment, she was drinking perfume, cleaning supplies, and hand sanitizer by mixing it with water. I don't think it's the treatment not working. I think it's her.
Well, let me ask you something. In all honesty, you haven't really given
a fair shot. I haven't.
Because each time you've gone in, it's just been a dodge, right? Get them off your back in the moment, tell them what they want to hear until you can find a way to get back out.
Yeah, and like I just want to be.
Your mother booted you, and you were on the street. What was your day like?
I was just drinking until I passed out. Drinking until I passed out. drinking until I passed out.
And when you start drinking, your goal is you're going to pass out. You know
The
you're
goal
going
is
to
to
pass
just
out.
not even be present. Like, I don't want to get tipsy. I don't even want to be, like, present. Like, I don't want to, like, seem like my reality, like, in aggregate is, like, disgusting to me. When someone asks me the question, like, well, why should we care? I'm like, that's a really good question.
You have a list of reasons that you drink, and
They're not good reasons.
no,
like,
I wrote them down. I just thought, you know, number one, calm my nerves because I'm a failure. Anxiety and depression, wasn't taught healthy skills. I'm comfortable in chaos. I'm running from my thoughts. Never feel okay. I'm just tired of caring.
I feel like I don't have anything good to say because if I knew what to do, I wouldn't be here.
Well, I have a very, very critical question for you that I think is going to be outcome determinative into what happens to you. And I'm going to ask it right after the break. Hey everyone, season 19 is underway.
If you never made it to Hollywood to be a part of the studio audience, well, now it doesn't matter. If you're in Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas, New Jersey, or anywhere else in the world, now you can be a part of our virtual audience.
Go to drphil.com and click on Be Part of the Audience for more information.
When we were growing up, we didn't have anybody to look up to. My mom, she was always crying or emotionally unstable, and we had to take care of her. My sister and I were responsible for ourselves. We cooked, we cleaned. I had to grow up at a really young age. I developed an eating disorder when I was like 10. It gave me something to focus on. It was like the only one thing that I could control. I was about 25 when I started to really rely on alcohol as a form of changing the way that I felt. What got me involved with the sugar daddies was the quick money. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so a guarantee that I would be able to have food on the table and like a shelter over my head. I was dating 50-year-old sugar daddies and upwards of 70 years old. I was going out with sugar daddies like every night. I literally set myself up. I'm planning for failure before I even start something. I wasn't taught like coping skills. I wasn't taught how to deal with stress or sadness or pain. I used food or drugs and alcohol. Honestly, I don't think about actually drinking it. I just think about the fact that I'm going to be numb afterward. It's worth it to me.
Let me ask you something. You know, we're in Hollywood, and in Hollywood, they write scripts. And I want to know if you were going to write a life script, what would your life be like in a perfect world?
To be happy and like present. Like I'm always in my head, I'm like preparing for what to do when I fail.
Okay, so you would have some peace. And you said not worry about what is going to happen when you fail, so you would live without anxiety.
Yeah.
What would you want to do?
I want to like help people.
And you said that you would like to be happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like be able to like contribute to society and like support myself.
Okay. And how about your health?
Yeah, I want to be healthy.
You like to be healthy? Okay.
Like exercise and get back into running.
Uh-huh. So you're a runner?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do for fun?
It's hard to picture like what I would do for fun. Oh, I would definitely like have my dog with me.
Huh?
Like go to the dog park and like raise him like healthy. Even my dog has like so much anxiety.
Uh-huh.
Because of me.
So be with your dog. Uh-huh. What kind of dog?
Sheepadoodle.
Uh-huh. Now where's your dog now?
It's at my mom's house.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing up there that is unrealistic.
Yeah, it's like not even a tall order. But it feels so like I've just lowered the bar so low that it's just like it seems impossible.
If my choice was to go out and behave in a way that I wake up dead or with a breathing tube shoved down my throat, if somebody gave me some kind of a formula to do this instead of this, it'd be a pretty easy choice for me. I don't know. You know, we'll see. We'll be right back. Living on the street the way you do, doing things that you do, you commit crimes.
Yes.
I want to know the most significant crime that you have committed.
For sure, taking pills from people.
You've stolen prescription medication.
Yeah.
And you stole them from someone's house.
Yeah.
And took their drugs.
I should be in jail right now.
Pardon me?
I should be in jail right now.
Yes, you should. You should. And you may well be. So you confess to doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I've never told like anybody else that.
Yeah, but you did that.
I did that.
How many times do you think you've probably done this?
Like 30 times.
Okay. So on probably 30 different occasions, you've gone into people's homes and stolen their prescription medications.
Yep.
And you confess to that now fully.
Completely.
Okay. Joining us now is Paul Moen, the CEO of Ocean Recovery Treatment Center, which is located 90 feet from the sand in Newport Beach, California. Now, Ocean Recovery has been a leader in the field for over 18 years, and it is a comprehensive, long-term, gender-specific program that treats substance abuse with co-occurring disorders, such as eating disorders and the behaviors associated with them. So it is truly a fully functioning dual diagnosis treatment program. And we asked Paul to come here today. Paul, do you believe you can help her?
We can. And thank you, Dr. Phil. Listen, Erica, it's obvious you're in troubled waters, dangerous, dangerous waters. Dr. Phil is being really generous, throwing you a lifeline here. So if you're willing to grab onto it and fight for your life, we'll fight with you.
Of course.
Let me tell you why I went through the last line of questioning that I did. Because she's 0 for 30. You're not giving her a place to come back to, ever, never again. And you're sure as hell not going to give her a place to come to. I know that without even asking. But the best predictor of future behavior is relevant past behavior. And so your likelihood of going down there and starting to feel that itch and wanting to run and go get high to avoid reality is going to come. It's not that
I know it's going to come.
It's not going to maybe come, it's going to come. And you need to understand when you do that you have confessed on national television to burglarizing 30 homes for prescription medication.
I'm not going to leave.
And she's going to go to jail, and you're not going to bail her out. Because the only place she's going to stay alive is either with that man's help right there, giving her the assistance that she needs, or in jail.
Thank you.
I want to thank all of my guests today. A special thanks to Dr. Joel Kahn. Dr. Kahn, thank you so much. You have saved many lives today, Dr. Kahn. And also a special thanks to Paul Moen and Ocean Recovery. If you would like more information about today's episode, you can log on to drphil.com. You can find me on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever I'm bouncing around. And don't forget to subscribe to Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret. We'll see you next time.